Guys, today we're going to talk to you a little bit about portion sizes and tools that you can use to measure portion sizes when it comes to fat loss, losing weight, reaching your goals. So one of the things that we do teach a lot of our clients here at Vitality Fitness is how important portion sizes are. And oftentimes what happens is when people are making diet changes, they get into the mindset of, well, I'm eating healthy, so I can eat as much of this particular food as I want, whether it's fruit or chicken or rice or anything like that. And at the end of the day, calories do matter, and to ensure that you're eating the correct number of calories for what your goals are, you have to be monitoring your portion sizes quite closely. So it is not enough to eat just healthy, you also have to eat the correct amounts, and that's going to vary from person to person. So you can eat a lot of fruit. Fruit is really great for you, it's really healthy, but if the extra fruit consumption you're having along with everything else you're eating throughout the day, is going to push you into a calorie surplus where you're not going to see any changes. Okay, so if you're eating more calories than you're burning, that scale weight's going to continue to go up, regardless if you are eating healthy or you're not eating healthy. So that's the big thing to remember here. Now, when it comes to portion sizes, everyone's going to be different, but there's two tools that I would recommend you use when it comes to tracking portion sizes. Number one is using a food scale. Okay, a food scale is going to be really beneficial in terms of tracking your protein. So whether you're eating red meat or chicken or fish, even though those things are very healthy, if you're doing lean sources of red meat or lean sources of chicken, they're very healthy. However, you still have to measure your portion sizes because those things do have calories. And if you're not tracking or measuring portion sizes, then you're not tracking or managing your calories, therefore you don't know how much you're actually eating. And what we usually see is most people underestimate how much they're eating, and they overestimate how many calories they actually burn in a workout. It's a very common thing that we see. So food scale, and the second thing is a measuring cup. So using some kind of measuring cup. Maybe you use a measuring cup for baking. Maybe you just have a set of measuring cups that come in quarter cup, half cup, full cup sets. Maybe you use, it's going to sound funny, but maybe you use a coffee mug. At the end of the day, you have to use something to measure your portion sizes. Where cups come in is cups are a very valuable tool for measuring things like carbohydrates, so rice, quinoa, oatmeal, even things like fruit. Okay, if you're putting fruit in a fruit smoothie. So these things are very valuable. Okay, and what you're going to start to learn is what a portion size actually is, what half a cup of rice actually looks like, what a cup of fruit actually looks like. And what you're going to come to find out is that half a cup to a cup, or whatever your portion size is, it's not a lot. A cup of brown rice or half a cup of brown rice, at the end of the day, depending on the individual, it's not going to be a lot of food. It's not going to be a lot of portions. So really what these tools are going to show you is what a portion size actually is. So if the recommendation that you're given is 4 ounces or 5 ounces of meat, use that food scale. If it's half a cup of brown rice, half a cup of sweet potato, use the measuring cups, and you'll be pleasantly surprised to find out that these portion sizes are much smaller than you think. The other thing to keep in mind is vegetables. So we do get a lot of questions on vegetables, whether they are an unlimited food. When it comes to vegetables, guys, the amount of calories that are in vegetables are so low, and the amount of energy your body has to use to break down and digest vegetables is going to cancel out the actual calories that we consume. So we consider vegetables more so a free food. Okay, so we're talking about leafy greens, peppers, tomatoes, onions, mushrooms. You can have as much of that as you want. You don't have to worry about tracking those, but when it comes to carbohydrates and it comes to protein, you definitely want to be tracking. The third thing we'll add in, I know we talked about 2 tools, but we'll add a third one in, is you can start using a spoon, so a tablespoon or a teaspoon. And this is very beneficial when you're measuring out fats. So things like olive oil, coconut oil, even things like nuts, so almonds, cashews, things like that. You can start using spoons. And it sounds a little ridiculous to use these things, but when it comes to fat is a very calorie-dense food, meaning per serving size, there's a lot of calories. And the downside with fat is that it's very low in weight. Okay, so fat doesn't really fill you up a lot. You can eat a lot of fat and consume a lot of calories because it's not a dense food from a weight point of view. Okay, it's very calorie dense. So, you know, if you're putting olive oil on your salad dressing or you're putting coconut oil in a smoothie, use a teaspoon or tablespoon or whatever your recommendation is to ensure that you're not overdoing it. You know, when you have a bottle of olive oil and you're just pouring it on your salad or you're putting it in your pan to saute some chicken and vegetables, you have no idea what you're having. Likewise, if you're taking a spoon and or a ladle of brown rice or quinoa and you're just putting it on your plate, you have no idea how much you're having and you have no idea how many calories you're eating. So at the end of the day, that's why these tools are beneficial and why we recommend using them. If you guys have any questions on these, please post them below. If you have any comments about this video, please post it below. Please share it. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'm David MacDonald from Vitality Fitness Calgary. Thanks so much